Hey everyone out there, it is me, E-Queen. I am back with another video. Today in this video, I am going to be touching and discussing Neptune, right? Okay, listen, I feel like I qualified just to discuss things Neptunian because I have Neptune in the 12th house, okay? So, yeah, like I qualified to talk about the Nep, okay? So, anyway, so in this video, I'm going to be covering Neptune, like I said. I'm also going to be covering a bit about the 12th house realm and a bit about the Pisces archetype, okay? So, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so you'll always be notified when I post my videos. And also, if you would like any of my services, the links are in the description box. Okay, so let's get into it. And don't forget to hit the like button and share this video, okay? Don't be selfish. So anyways, Neptune, like a lot of people, I listen to a lot of people, and when they talk about Neptune, it's like they have, to me, they have like the whole Neptunian archetype misconstrued, because it's like, they be like, oh, Neptune is illusions, oh, Neptune, it doesn't rule over reality, Neptune is fickle, Neptune is undoing yourself, and all of that, and this, that, and the third, right? So it's like the way that I hear like other astrologers describe Neptune is as if they're afraid of Neptune. Now, Neptune is a very potent planet. It holds like very potent energy. Neptune is a dark planet though. I'm not going to deny that. It's a very, very dark planet though. Even more so than Pluto. But the thing with Neptune, right? Because, you know, people always talk about how Neptune is the trickster. Neptune will trick you and, you know, do stuff behind your back. But if you don't want to get tricked by Neptune, you have to work with your Neptune placement. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it though. Okay, so what does Neptune rule in astrology? Neptune rules over spirituality. Neptune rules over creativity, imagination, dreams. Neptune rules over the metaphysical. Neptune rules over hospitals. Neptune rules over prisons. Neptune rules isolation. Neptune rules death, the grave. Yeah, Neptune rules the grave, okay? Let's not get it twisted. Neptune rules over the unconscious mind. Neptune rules over the subconscious, okay? So when you are thinking in terms of Neptune, think of these things. Neptune also rules over music, okay? Musicians, people, melody, okay? And all of that. So to really get into the zone of using your Neptunian placements, you really gotta first understand, what does Neptune represent? Neptune represents all those things that I listed and probably even more. Now, when it comes to the 12th house, the 12th house is the house of the collective unconscious, the collective subconscious. You're talking about 12th house energy. You're talking about fantasies. You're talking about imagination. You're talking about psychic ability. You're talking about intuition. All of that, the metaphysical realm, which you can't see. The 12th house also shows you your hidden talents, hidden enemies, secrets, foreign lands, okay? These things, like, you really need to understand these archetypes, this Neptune force and what Neptune rules, because understanding what Neptune rules and what domain Neptune plays in your life will help you better understand Neptune and not be so afraid of Neptune. That's another thing. The 12th house rules over fears, okay? Subconscious fears, to be precise. So, anyways, if you don't want to get tricked and taken advantage of by your Neptune, you have to consciously work with your Neptune energy, especially if you have it in the 12th house, which is why I'm always, doing like spiritual shit, because I have Neptune in the 12th house, and Neptune rules my second house of finances and values. So I value the imagination. I value the subconscious, okay? So, anyways, and like, I just feel that people really need to understand Neptune and stop demonizing Neptune, because I noticed that when it comes to Neptune gets a fucking bad rap. But people forget, though. People instantly forget that Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. And what does Venus represent in astrology? Venus rules over money, resources, possessions, wealth, luxuries. Venus rules over justice, relationships, love, partnerships. So if Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, that means that those things that Neptune rules over, those things at a higher level. So you're talking about universal resources. You're talking about universal relationships, universal partnerships. You're talking about universal wealth, okay? Universal abundance, okay? Universal money, okay? Universal possessions, okay? So this is another thing, like this is how, like, you can understand how Neptune can benefit you. And Neptune also rules over creating frequencies. I did a video a while back about frequency creation. Okay, Neptune rules over the ability to create different frequencies, because I always say that instead of matching a frequency, you can create the frequency that you need for yourself in order to change your life. And that's another thing. Being that Neptune, the 12th house, Pisces, rules over creativity, it would behoove you to really use your Neptune energy to create the type of life that you want to live. Now, depending on what the house it's in and what planets it may be aspecting, and the houses that they're in will depend on how it manifests within your life, okay? So I have, like, for me, I have Neptune in the 12th house aspecting planets in my first and second house. So my and I have Pisces in my first house as well. So my Neptune energy, it goes from the unconscious realm to the conscious realm, and it trickles down over into my value system, what I value. So it's like what I identify as my subconscious beliefs and what I value, okay? Neptune, if you don't consciously use your Neptune will kick your ass, point blank and simple. Like, if you're not consciously doing something Neptunian, especially if you have Neptune in the 12th house, Neptune will come for that ass, because like I said before in the beginning, Neptune is a dark planet, and Neptune rules over secrets, things that are hidden from you, okay? Neptune rules over that shit. So it's like Pisces people and 12th house people, they hold a lot of secrets though. And they take these secrets to the grave because like the 12th house rules the grave. The 12th house rules what's at the bottom of the ocean. The bottom of the ocean representing your unconscious mind. So Neptune, Neptune is a very powerful force. And speaking of power, Neptune rules over magician, high level magic and stuff like that. Neptune is the master magician behind everything, because I noticed that people, and even with me, because I have Mercury in Pisces, people who tend to have 12th house placements tend to have strong Piscean placements. They are good at the metaphysical arts. They make good magicians and stuff like that. Like they know how to tap into that realm and pull whatever they need out of that realm and bring it into this realm, So Neptune also rules over musicians, and they always say that musicians is magicians, okay? And that is so true though, because like what happens when you listen to music or you listen to like your favorite song, right? It takes you out of this world, right? It takes you to other dimensions, okay? And that's another thing. Neptune ruling is multi-dimensional. And the thing about like Piscean people and 12th house people also this is another reason why they get a bad rap. They get a bad rap because 12th house people and Pisces people, they can act out and manifest themselves as all the other signs before itself. And so can 12th house people can do that. 12th house people can manifest themselves as any house archetype before itself though. And this is why people say, oh, Pisces people are fake. No, Pisces people are not fake. Pisces people are just very gifted at playing different roles. And that's something that you need to understand, especially if you're going to be an astrologer. You need to understand that. Because it's like Pisces and 12th house has been where all the other houses and signs have been before it. So it's like it's like you come with the ultimate experience, right? So you come with the ultimate, you can manifest yourself. Like say you have a planet in Pisces, right? Or a planet in the 12th house. You can manifest yourself as any of the other 11 houses or the 11 signs that came before the 12th house and before Pisces, okay? So it's like, like you can manifest. Say if you have like your sun or your moon or your Mercury, whatever, you can in the sign of Pisces or in the 12th house, you can manifest as any other sign. So you may have Pisces placements, you can manifest as Scorpio, you can manifest as a Sagittarius, okay? Because it's like that planet already went through all the other signs before it got to Pisces or before it got to the 12th house. So therefore it's like you have like a lot of personality and experience under your belt. And this is another thing. This is why Neptune rules over film. This is why Neptune rules over Hollywood, okay? Because in order to be a good actor or a good actress, you have to know how to get into different characters. You have to know how to get into different roles. And this is another asset that people overlook about Neptune. It's like, when you want to get ahead in life, you have to play these different roles. You have to play these different archetypes. And working with Neptune will really help you do that though. It'll help you be who you need to be for the time being, so that way you can accomplish set go. Okay. Neptune rules over, retreat, isolation, okay? Seclusion. So it's very important for like if you're a 12th house person or if you're a Piscean person, you really need to take care of yourself. You really need to, because Neptune, and I'm just speaking from Neptune in the 12th house perspective because I have Neptune in the 12th. But Neptune is a very sensitive planet. But being that I have Neptune in the 12th house, I'm somebody who is super, super sensitive. So it's like I had to take time out for myself a lot of times. And this is why a lot of times you guys don't see me. This is one of the reasons why you don't see me post a lot of videos like on a daily basis. There's some people that post like 2 or 3 videos in a week or something like that. My Neptune in the 12th house is one of the reasons why I don't post a whole bunch of videos in 1 week or in one setting. And the other thing is that Cancer rules my 6th house of my daily routine. So I don't have workaholic energy like that. Like I don't. Like I have like more of a relaxed and very creative type of energy. I'm a creative person. So it's like when you're Neptune, you need to understand that Neptune is a sensitive planet. So if you're being a workaholic, you're really out of tune with your Neptune. And that's another thing. Neptune rules over tuning into other dimensions. That's why it's called Neptune. Okay? And what is a tune? It's a frequency. A tune is a melody. A tune is music, right? That's why they say turn on those tunes, okay? What else? Neptune. So Neptune also gives you your ability to create your own life, your creative energy, your creative force. But the 12th house also shows you your hidden talents as well. So what things that you may be good at that you haven't realized that you're actually good at. You want to look to the sign of your 12th house and the planet that rules your 12th house, and then look to any planets that are sitting in your 12th house. That right there shows you your hidden talents, because it's like once again, Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, and Venus rules over natural talents, which is seen through the 2nd house. So with Neptune being the higher octave of Venus, this is your hidden talent. This is and also hidden resources. Like people don't really understand that Neptune rules over hidden resources. Yes, hidden resources, your hidden relationship, because it's like, think of Neptune as Venus, but on a whole nother level, right? And Venus is exalted in the 12th house and is exalted in Pisces. So Neptune rules over the hidden. It's like the hidden aspects of what Venus naturally rules. Neptune rules over the hidden portion of it, okay? The 12th house is like your hidden wealth. It is your hidden relationships. It is your secret desires, okay? Hidden desires, which you desire and stuff like that. This energy of Neptune is very potent to the point where people get taken advantage of because they don't really consciously use their Neptune. They don't. It's like when it comes to planets and astrology, Neptune gets pushed to the back, okay? But you can't do that, because if you expect to want to have like a really good working relationship of Neptune and not being tricked and not, being in shambles and everything like that, you have to really work with your Neptune energy. And one thing that you can do is like, start like doing artwork, like color more, draw more, doing imaginary exercise, using imagination exercise, using your imagination more and everything like that. Because the more that you work with Neptune, the less likely you are to be deceived by the Neptunian influence, okay? So that is all that I wanted to share to you guys, and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye.